So Max, why are you out in the forest swapping out your ignition coils? Well, I'm glad you asked me that. The thing is, there's something going on with my car. I don't really know what it is. I don't know that it is the ignition coils, but I think it might be. And what's happening is there's a stumbling idle. Seems like the car is just not running right, and the key is this only happens after I've been driving for several hours. It's like something under the hood is getting hot. It could be a sensor, it could be my EGR valve. I know there is an issue with the EGR valve. All of the symptoms to me kind of point towards ignition coils. Realistically, I'm just taking a shot in the dark here, but these were relatively inexpensive. And a lot of people say that these are more or less a wear item on this car. They just kind of go bad after a while, and well, this car is almost 20 years old, so I guess it's about time. So that is out with the old and in with the new. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. So in 4.5 days, the Artemis 2 rocket is going to launch, and this is a historic launch, believe it or not. It's the first time that humans will be leaving low Earth orbit in 50 years. And some of you might be saying, well, it's not historic then if we did this 50 years ago. But it's expected that they will go further from Earth than any other human has gone before. And they will go faster than any other human has gone before. So that is super cool. I would do anything to be on that crew. But since that's not going to happen, I want to go watch. I am in central Arizona right now. So I have about 2,100 miles to drive to get to Florida, and that's gonna be interesting. Why is this pan so hot? Rope. Tally ho. Today was a good day. This is a cherry soda, by the way. For one, it's amazing how much better my car is running. I didn't think it was that bad. Oh, and yeah, I'm getting into rope soloing, which today's the first day that I've gone out and rope soloed, and the focus wasn't on the systems. So I've been rope soloing for about a month now, and today I finally felt like I had everything dialed in enough that I could focus on the climbing, and it was so much fun. We're officially leaving the West, the land of free, easy camping, and heading east. This is actually BLM land. It's a tiny little square that I'm on. It's mostly this way, and then the border is right there. That fence is private property. So yeah, this setup is kind of weird. Oh, hey buddy. Oh. All right, we are getting out of that campsite at about 10 a.m. I was planning on doing a bunch of driving the day before yesterday, but I got caught up rock climbing. I was just having so much fun. I wanted to keep doing it. And then yesterday it took me 3 hours to do laundry and take a shower, which actually is pretty typical. I should have figured it would take that long. So I'm very behind. And so I woke up this morning and I was like, no breakfast. I'll eat some cold oatmeal in a few hours, and then I'll just be very hungry by the time I get to Dallas, which is where I'm planning on eating dinner tonight. I'm gonna go out for dinner tonight. The other thing I was going to skip was stretching, which takes me like 10 minutes. And I've been trying to take better care of myself. When I was in the van, I reached a point where it was painful for me to change gears. My shoulders were so tight and so messed up. There was like a sharp pain. I was in so much pain in that van, and I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't doing any kind of daily stretching, or, you know, I had the thought that I should be, but I didn't really know what to do. So when I was in the house, I figured out a way to better take care of my back, really. And I feel a lot younger now, actually. I feel loose and like I can do things. Like I can go rock climbing and then drive for a day and not be in a whole lot of pain. I can just shake that off. But the thing is, I have to be doing these stretches, and I was going to skip them this morning. So I had this moment where I was rushing to get everything in place and get the car going, and then I was like, oh man, I need some caffeine at least. So I set the stove up to boil some water for some tea, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make breakfast. This is stupid. So the long story short is that I am taking better care of myself now on the road, and that feels really good. And also, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make this launch. We might have to scrub the mission to see this rocket launch, because there's no point in me being there if I'm just gonna be in pain, because that's what I'm going to remember about the experience. So anyways, I better get to driving, which I definitely haven't been doing while I'm filming this, because I'm anxious about time. All right, it is 11 p.m. and the long driving day is over. We didn't have to sleep in Texas, hooray. And it's actually 9 p.m. Arizona Standard Time, so it's not like I'm super tired or anything. Like, I'm driving through the night, and I'm really happy about this spot. We're at the Louisiana Welcome Center, my first time in Louisiana. We got the truck area over there. And then the car area is kind of on the other side of that building over there. So normally parking in rest areas, you have people driving by you all the time, but there's this little lot and there's no indication that you can't park here. I ate out twice today and it's expensive. I feel like the quality of food you get anymore just isn't good. It's kind of annoying. I guess I could have cooked somewhere like this, but I don't know. I really kind of don't have time. All right, it is 11 o'clock again, this time Eastern time. So we're done with time changes. And I'm sleepy because I've been sleeping at places like this. But yeah, tomorrow's launch day, so I'm gonna go to bed. It is launch day. I'm so excited. NASA confirmed that the weather window looks pretty good. There's an 80% chance, they're saying, that the weather will be favorable to launch. Concerns about wind speeds on the ground and cloud cover, but I looked at the forecast this morning and it looks pretty good. Is that it? No. That's it. Oh my god. Holy cow, I can see it. Oh, it's so cool. Oh my god. All right. What ensued after the launch was the worst gridlock I have ever seen. There were literally cars parked in the middle of the road with nobody in them. It was so crazy that I decided to make dinner where I was parked in Titusville and wait for the traffic to clear. That sort of worked, but it still took me several hours to get to the Cracker Barrel where I was intending to spend the night. Well, that's another one crossed off the list. I think my brain is still processing what I saw today. The rocket moved so fast and it's so big, and the sound it made was just very unusual. It was like demonic almost, and yeah, it was an incredible experience. Definitely worth coming down here and seeing it. Like, there's nothing, it's unlike anything I've seen before, and it's so cool that humans were on that thing. That's what really blows my mind, is that 4 humans were riding that insane contraption that just, I mean, it rocketed into the sky. Now, I get it now. That's why people say rocketed. Because it just... So wow, this one really got lost in the editing room for a while. Sorry about that. I feel like all the hype around the Artemis launch is long over now that they're back safely on Earth. But anyways, I just had a couple of announcements. One is that my Patreon has been shut down. I shut my Patreon down completely. The reason for this is trifold. One, I just really don't like subscription services, and I feel guilty knowing that people are subscribing to me. And then also, I hear a lot about how more and more people are in debt, specifically credit card debt. And I just hate to think that there's anyone out there who has subscribed to my Patreon who can't really afford it, but feels like they have to because some of my content, admittedly, I've always been upfront about this, it's not my best content, but some of my content is hidden behind a paywall. So I'm eliminating that. And the third reason is that it was like stressing me out, feeling like I had to make extra content for this thing. And even though I tried to frame it in a way where it was just like not a lot of effort and a way for people to support me, it just doesn't feel like that. It feels like an obligation. And now I can focus all of my creative effort into videos that are accessible by everyone, which I think feels right. But anyways, you can still buy me a coffee, and super big thank you to anyone and everyone who did subscribe to my Patreon. It's definitely a big part of the reason why I'm able to still be out here living the dream. So thank you so much, everyone. And then, yeah, I have a second YouTube channel. It's been kind of underground. I soft launched it on my Patreon a while back. And it's called Fit Files. And right now it's just me working on the car. It's like sort of, I guess, DIY focused. And I think that's what I want to turn that channel into, is just a regular DIY channel. The idea being that it's just stuff that people would search for. So like information people would search for, where this is more of a heady existential journey I'm on through life. And that's what this channel is about. Fit Files is really just me fixing stuff and showing people how to fix stuff or do things. For example, the next video I post on Fit Files is going to be how to change the film in this disposable style reusable camera, because there are videos on how to change the film in this camera, but they are lacking in one way or another. In fact, the two top videos that I looked at both skipped a critical step. So I'm just trying to put better information out into the universe, and I find it pretty rewarding. Like, I do the research, figure out how to do something, and then I can make it easier for everyone who comes after me. So that I feel like that's a cool way to make money. But right now the channel isn't monetized, which is why I'm telling you about it, because people don't usually subscribe to these types of channels. And I really haven't gotten enough views on this channel that I'm missing out on a lot of money, but maybe like 50 or 60 bucks overall I've missed out on because the channel isn't monetized. So if you could subscribe, I'm also low on watch hours. So if you could subscribe and watch a video, then I can get monetized and start making money on my second channel, which would be nice. So appreciate that. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.